Hi there, this is Jana from English Buff and I'm back. It's been a while since my last video, but now I'm here and I've prepared some exciting insights into IELTS reading. I took it twice with the highest score of 9 in reading. How did I do that? Did I have any strategies? All these I will share with you in this video, so stay with me. Before we start, let me briefly remind you of some information about the exam format. You will have to read 3 texts in academic reading and 5 or 6 shorter texts in general reading. So you will have 40 questions and 60 minutes to answer them. How many correct answers should you have? It depends on the score that you need. For example, if you need 7 in the academic module, there should be 30 correct answers. In the general module, 34 correct answers. It's more than in academic module because the texts are shorter and more manageable there. All the additional information about IELTS reading you can find on the official website. The link you will find below. Let's not waste any more time and dive into my tips. Tip number 1. Read the instructions very carefully. You can't even imagine how many precious points the students lose only because they fail to follow the instructions. Here is the example. The task is: choose one word only from the passage for each answer. One word only means only one word. Articles are also words, so be careful with them. If the text, for example, states a canal, you should write only the word canal, because a canal, this is 2 words, and you need to write only 1 word. Tip number 2. Divide your time correctly and don't get stuck on one question or a task. In other words, even if you didn't answer all the questions in one section, just move forward, because otherwise you will lose a chance to read other texts that may be more accessible and understandable for you. My checkpoint is 20 minutes. If I see that I got stuck, but 20 minutes have passed, I will move forward and leave the task that I couldn't find the answer for, and only when I cover all the other text, I will come back and find the answer for the question that I didn't manage to find before. Tip number 3, keep the order. The questions follow the same order as the written passage, in most cases. What does this mean? If, for example, you found the answer for the question number 2, but still can't find the answer for question number 1, you need to read just about the place where you found the answer for question number 2. It saves your time as you know exactly where to read to find the answer to the question. The only exception is the task where you need to label the diagram. To do this task, you just need to find the appropriate paragraph and read it for the detail. Tip number 4. Don't worry about unknown words. Use the context. Yes, it's okay not to know all the terms in the written passage. And yes, sometimes it seems almost impossible to read the text without their information about all vocabulary contained in the text. However, it is possible, believe me. You just need to understand the context. Try to use some words that are near the unknown word and try to guess the word by the characteristic it has, whether it's positive or negative, whether it's a description of a person, animal, or any other feature. Grammar will also help. Try to understand what part of speech it is, and then deduce the meaning from the context. Tip number 5. Try out different reading strategies and choose the one that best suits you. While preparing for my first IELTS exam, I struggled a lot with timing. 60 minutes wasn't enough for me to answer all the questions. Firstly, I read the text and then answered the questions. After that, I tried to read the questions first and then read the text. And yes, it finally worked for me. What I want to say, there is plenty of information about different strategies, techniques, and tips about reading in IELTS. But we are different, so what suits me doesn't necessarily suit you. That's why try out as many ways as possible to read the text and find the answers to the questions. And only when you find that it works for you, use it. It will definitely help you to save your time and find the correct answers easier. Tip number 6. Practice makes perfect. The more you read, the better you read. The more new vocabulary you learn, the better you understand the text. The more tasks you do, the more correct answers you get. I guess the main idea is clear. But you will ask, what should I read? Everything begins with the morning news and finishes with the reading passages for IELTS. There are plenty of them on the internet. Just remember that everyday practice makes your reading better day by day. Tip number 7, cross out the wrong words. So if you understand that the word or the answer is 100% wrong, this is the best strategy for headings. Then you just need to cross it out. By doing so, you will save your time and ultimately won't get confused. Tip number 8, don't leave blank boxes. Even if you're unsure about the word that you need to write down, or you didn't have enough time to find the necessary word, try to write at least something that you think suits by the context. You won't get penalty for the wrong answer, but you can try your luck and who knows, maybe you will find the correct answer just by chance. So just don't leave it blank, okay? Check your spelling. My students' worst nightmare is finding the correct word in the text and getting 0 points only because they misspelled it. That's true. If you misspell a word that you found in the reading passage, you will get 0 points for that. So please be careful while copying the words from the text and even double check it if necessary, because it will be so unfortunate to get 0 points even though you found the correct answer. Tip number 10, and my favorite one, believe in yourself. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can get a 9, you can too. Just believe in yourself, follow my tips, and go for it. Good luck!